What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to you with more news around the NBA, the hottest topics for August 1st and some other days. Just trying to cover as much news as I can and give y'all my analysis on these things that happened in the off season so far. New day, new news. Um, First, we were going to start off with some free agents. Not the biggest names, not the biggest players, but we'll get to some of the news about the other ones that happened not too long ago. We're going to start off with Johnny Juzang in the Minnesota Timberwolves agreeing to a 1 year deal. He was waived by the Utah Jazz before the start of free agency. Juzang appeared in 102 games, with 23 of them being starts with the Utah Jazz over 3 seasons, averaging 7.5 rebounds and 18.4 minutes per game. Did go undrafted in 22 out of for the end of your bench is a guy with size and a guy that understands how to play a role and understands what to do when he's out there on the court, no matter what the lineup is. And I think Juzang is a team player, and he is a guy that can put the ball in the basket. So this is one of the best free agents that they can get that's young and still is quality when it comes to the pickup and the price. So it makes sense that they went after him, and we'll see if he's able to stay the whole year with them, and we'll see if he can really help them out, even though I don't really see him having a crazy amount of minutes on that team either. The Ricky Council fair went on, and the Nets ended up agreeing to a 1 year contract with him. Council appeared in 73 games with the Philadelphia 76ers last season. He averaged 7 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 1.3 assists in 17 minutes. Council went undrafted in 2023 out of Arkansas, but he still made it to the NBA, still was able to play as an NBA player. He still was able to put points in the on the board, and he actually had a good role for the Sixers. Now he has a chance to do it for a young and hungry Brooklyn Nets team that has a lot of playing time available, and they want to find anybody that's good. And Ricky Council is one of the best free agents still on the list, and now he is not no more, as they have picked him up. Now we're going to see if he can take what he learned from the Sixers and apply it to the Brooklyn Nets and help them out and put some points up on the board, help them with the rebounding area, and continue to be a team player again for another organization. Dolph Reef has a 2.22 million salary guaranteed by the Blazers. They fully guaranteed his contract basically, so he's going to get paid all the money that he earned. He earned the roster spot. Now he earned his pay, and that's good to see. Reef averaged 4 points and 2 rebounds in 10 minutes across 46 games for the Portland Trail Blazers last season. He also went undrafted, but still found a way to get into the NBA and still found a way to play in the NBA. But he was undrafted in 2018 out of LSU and made his NBA debut in 2023 after several seasons in Europe. He had gained enough interest from his play and was able to make a roster, never quit, never gave up, and prioritized being a basketball player. And that's how he ended up making it to the league. And now his goal is to stay in the NBA as long as he can. And this deal gets him a year. We'll see if he stays with the Blazers. We'll see if they keep him. And we'll see how his career continues to go. Enrique Freeman and the Wolves agreed to a two-way deal, so they got another player today. They still trying to find a way to add depth to their roster for the cheap, and they do it with Freeman. And he spent the 24-25 season on a two-way contract with the Indiana Pacers and 22 games with the Pacers. Freeman averaged 2 points, 1 rebound, but he only played 8 minutes. Freeman also appeared in 16 G League games, and he averaged 16.9 points, 9 boards, and 3 assists in 33 minutes. That's really good to see. Those are productive numbers. Those are quality minutes if you can do that. in the NBA or come at least half of that. But the minutes have to come with it. And if he's not going to get a ton of minutes, he's just going to be a guy that for sure if somebody gets injured, at least he can play 10 to 15 minutes and still help you out with the points and the boards. That's alone is worth a two-way contract. And that's why the Timberwolves didn't mind giving it to him. The Kings and the Warriors have pick protection as sticking point on Jonathan Kuminga talks. We still trying to find who can give him a deal so he can get out of Golden State. That's what he wants to do. He has his mind made up. His agent is on the same page with him. But sources say the pick is primarily the sticking point with the Warriors wanting it unprotected. Sacramento is offering their 2030 first round pick with a lottery protection. If the pick doesn't convert, the Warriors will get at least a favorable of the Kings or San Antonio first round pick in 2031. That's a long way from now, but it's still important because you can get somebody good that can help you out in that position because it's a first round pick. We just don't know what it's going to be until that year or close to it. The Kings have viewed Kuminga as a young talent that can play power forward and allow Keegan Murray to shift to small forward. Talks between the Warriors and Phoenix Suns haven't progressed to a serious point where the deal might get done. So Kuminga still got to wait. The Warriors still got to wait. And now we have to see what happens in the future with Kuminga. But that's the latest update. Julian Champagnie has been a quality player for the San Antonio Spurs. He has $3 million in salary now, fully guaranteed. Champagnie did appear in 82 games for the San Antonio Spurs last season. He did average 10 points almost. He was at 9.9 with 4 rebounds and 1.4 assists. He did also shoot 37% from 3, which makes him an above average three-point shooter. You want to shoot about 35 or above, and he did that in some quality minutes because he did play all 82 games last year. Champagnie went undrafted in 2022 out of St. John's, but he made his way to the NBA, and he looks like he's going to play another year for the Spurs. And all you can do is say, congratulations. You put the work in. You deserve the contract, and it's good to see you getting some millions in that deal. The New Orleans Pelicans have signed Jaden Springer. Springer is 6'4", 204. He has appeared in 110 career games, 6 starts with the Philadelphia 76ers, the Boston Celtics, and the Utah Jazz. He did average 2.9 points, 1.4 rebounds, and 0.8 assists during the 24-25 season. Springer appeared in 43 games with 2 starts, averaging 2.5 points, 1.3 rebounds, and 0.8 assists in 8.5 minutes per contest. Springer was traded, for people that don't know, by the Celtics to the Rockets at the trade deadline. It was subsequently waived. Springer signed with the Jazz to finish the season and was also waived last week, and they picked him up as quick as they could because they realized he's one of the better free agents left at the guard position, and he's been proven a little bit too in the league. And we'll see if he gets minutes with the Pelicans because they do need some more help when it comes to scoring. Maybe he can get 10 minutes a game or more and try to help them out. The Knicks do hire Brandon O'Connor as assistant coach. He has been with the Los Angeles Clippers since 2013 under both Doc Rivers and Tyronn Lue. O'Connor also was an assistant coach with the Detroit Pistons when they won the NBA championship in 2004 under Larry Brown. So he has had a lot of championship coach experience with the head coaches that he worked for. He's been loyal. He has been a guy that has been waiting for opportunities like this. He has one now, and this is going to be a good situation for him to make an impact on the Knicks with Mike Brown. Stefan Bondy of the New York Post reports that O'Connor will be the Knicks defensive coordinator under Mike Brown. Mike Brown hasn't really always been known for his defense. He has evolved to being a better offensive coach, and it's good that he has a defensive coach that won championships with Doc Rivers and Larry Brown and Tyronn Lue. So that's a good thing to see. Although they didn't win championships with the Clippers, he did do it with Larry Brown, and that was one of the best defensive teams of that era, which was the Detroit Pistons. So he did coach under Doc Rivers, who won the championship, but not with them. And he did do it with Tyronn Lue, who's a championship coach too. He has experience. He has the knowledge is basically what I'm saying. And it's just good to see him get a good role with a team that he wants to be a part of in the organization too. Executives believe that Mikal Bridges could have signed a $200 million contract in 2026 free agency, but you still got to leave a little bit money on the table so that way you can have a good depth, because they was complaining about playing too many minutes and being used too much during the regular season, and then they had to play all the playoff games. It was a blessing that most of those guys was able to stay healthy, but as they get older, it's not going to be as realistic. But it is good that he signed that contract and allowed them to have more money in the future for somebody to possibly be put on their team to help them possibly win games. The Knicks are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. They're going to be around for a while as long as they stay healthy. And with that being known, it's good that somebody was unselfish, just like Jalen Brunson. If you want a great team, players going to feel like they need to get paid. If you already rich and you already got a lot of money, it only makes a lot of sense to try to leave some on the table to get some talent to want to be there so that they can get paid and help you out. That's all you can really want. And Jalen Brunson did something similar. So even if he could have got more money, it's good to leave some on the table if you're trying to win a championship. Mikal made it to the finals, didn't get it done. Obviously, he would love to get back. This is a deal that looks that way too, and it would make sense for him to try to go all in on that goal. Tristan Newton signs a two-way qualifying offer with the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's unfortunate that it had to go that way, but Newton appeared in 8 games last season for the Timberwolves and the Indiana Pacers. He did also appear in 34 G League games, and he averaged 16 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal, and he played 35 minutes. He was the 49th pick in the 2024 NBA draft out of UConn. He shows that he can score the basketball. He shows that he can do multiple things to impact the game if he gets the time and the opportunity. It just isn't going to be there. And we'll see if it will. Obviously, the Wolves say you can just ride with us one more season and go your way. But we're going to still show you that we still need your services for right now. And it happens that way sometimes. They did sign Oliver Sarr. For people that didn't know, they announced that Friday, which is today. Sarr, the 6'11", 200.5 rebounds and 13.86 career games, where he was named to the Atlantic Coast Conference third team and was runner-up to the ACC Most Improved Player as a junior before transferring to the University of Kentucky for 2020 to 2021. So he getting a second chance, a breath to be an NBA player. We'll see if he can stay healthy and make an impact on the Raptors. It's good to see him get healthy and still try to get out there and contribute to a basketball team and keep his NBA goals alive. And one thing that I will also say about the New York Knicks, they are interested in signing Ben Simmons, another guy that has size. He can rebound, he can pass, and he's one of the better perimeter defenders when healthy. And he has the whole offseason to be that. And we'll see if he is. In 18 games with the Clippers, Simmons only averaged 2.9 points, but he did get 3.8 rebounds and 3.1 assists in 16 minutes. The Phoenix Suns and the Boston Celtics have also showed that they want Ben Simmons. It kind of makes sense that he's still young, he's still athletic, and he still has a great basketball IQ and understanding of how to play the game on both ends of the court. Besides scoring, that's what he had made fun of the most. But he is a team player, and he is unselfish, and he's not going to be on a crazy contract either, even though he already got paid a 5-year, 170 maximum contract extension with the Philadelphia 76ers. And with the back injury that he sustained with the Sixers, he never been right, never looked right again. And now he's going to be probably a role player for the rest of his career, but at least he can continue to stay in the NBA and continue to play in the NBA for a long period of time by just accepting the role off the bench and just being cool with that. I'm just going to come in, play some defense, play hard, rebound, play in transition, get some dunks, create some opportunities for my teammates, and just be cool with that because this is what I am now. Sometimes we don't like it. Sometimes we feel like we're better than what people think we are. But the contracts is what the contracts is. If we feel like you're worth this, and if you agree to that, then you can have a chance to fit with our team. And then you see what happens every single year. It's crazy that he was the number one pick. He was one of the best players in the league as an all-star and as an all NBA defender. And now he's just a guy that's happy to make a roster and try to contribute on the team. And that's, better than most people, in two ways. At least they're trying to give him a guaranteed contract and give him a guaranteed role out of respect. Well, that makes sense for both sides. And I think it's going to go that way for a couple more years because that is still young. So you love NBA content, you can't get enough of it, you want more of it. Look at this channel as a form of entertainment. You can look at this as a channel that can feed that void. Other than that, thanks for supporting me in the past and hopefully in the present and in the future. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is and continuing to come back and making time for me to show that you care and want to know what I think and what I have to say about this game and the things that I create when it comes to making videos for y'all. And all I can say is y'all stay blessed up. Hopefully see y'all tomorrow. I'm going for now, and I'll be back with more content when I can give it to you. Other than that, more breakdowns, so many more things for y'all to see, so many more things to throw at y'all to see if y'all love it. And I'll see what happens in the future. Other than that, peace out.